As an introduction, we all know that allergic rhinitis disease a very prevalent disease, and many patients present with moderate to severe symptoms clinically. And in this study, it is uh, to be the main concern. The symptom complex of AR, which includes nasal and ocular symptoms, can and may have a profound impact on quality of life, work productivity, and school performance on children and to adults. There are pharmacologic approaches that should strive for immediate and sustained symptom relief for patients that have moderate to severe symptoms of allergic rhinitis. And most patients with the symptoms of moderate to severe are not satisfied with current treatment that they receive. The study studied about a certain drugs or particular drugs named ACE-Flu or MP-ACE-Flu. It is a drug that contains an antihistamine, which is the azelastine hydrochloride, and corticosteroid, which is fluticasone propionate, and it is administered intranasally. It has a better disposition. It has improved absorption of the fluticasone that is contained within the ACE-Flu. It has larger spray volume, lower viscosity, finer droplet size distribution profile, and the pH is neutral, which is 6.0 than other formulations, and considered safe, more safe than other drugs or formulations. The materials and methods on the studies, it is a literature review, so the research is conducted on PubMed and Cochrane database. On May 14, 2020, by researchers in Germany. The research has no date restrictions. The primary outcomes that has been studied are nasal symptoms, ocular symptoms, and total symptoms. And the other outcomes that has been studied are time to onset of effect, time to air control, effects on disease-specific quality of life, and the safety of the drugs. The research strategy is to input to type the MP-ACE-Flu, MP2902, the MISTA formulation of azelastine hydrochloride and fluticasone propionate, and azelastine and fluticasone in the single spray. The inclusion criteria that has been included is all research that has been studied of any pace. The data that excluded if there are in vitro studies, the study that has not been published in English, review articles or conference abstracts, publication or studies that not discuss data related to the safety and efficacy of MP-ACE-Flu treatment for AR symptoms. The results are there are about 16 publications that met the inclusion criteria. This is the table that shows the remainder of the studies. From publication, there are 16 publications. The population that has been gathered is ranging from as little as 28 subjects to more than 3,000 subjects. The patient age ranging from the youngest of 4 years old to the oldest 67 years old. There are various study types from randomized study, placebo controlled study, there are open label, real world study, and there are observational and environmental chamber study. The study duration are ranged from as short as 4 hours, and the longest is 1 year. The primary endpoint, there are various endpoints from the visual analog scale, the total nasal symptom scale, the olfactory function, safety, and the NHR or the nasal hyperactivity. From the result of nasal symptoms, the efficacy and time to control, the data randomized control trial described above is described before showed that treatment with MP-ACE-Flu led to 44 until 64% greater nasal symptom improvement compare or versus the comparators. The comparators is the fluticasone of FP that is contained or single FP or azilastine single dose. Also, there are 70% reduction in symptom score compared with FP alone. Data from clinical trials shows that 71.2% of patients achieve a clinically meaningful response at day 14. So it's fairly shorter than any other drugs. Real-world studies that has been conducted shows 79.3% of patients achieve a clinically meaningful response following 1 week of treatment. The result from olfactory function and nasal hyperactivity, we knew that olfactory dysfunction is more frequent with increasing AR severity and duration, and there has been a study or studies that shows that our positive correlation exists between quality of life and affection in patients. Third patient with AR shows nasal hyperactivity. Nasal hyperactivity defined as increased nasal mucosal sensitivity to non-specific environmental stimuli that are leading to nasal symptoms. MPS flu treatment was associated with significantly improved olfactory threshold discrimination and identification scores and symptoms, and significantly reduced nasal hyperactivity. That is been assessed using a procedure or protocol. The protocol is a cold dry air provocation protocol and inflammatory mediators compared to placebo. The result from ocular symptoms, there are various studies. First, from Carr and colleagues shows that MPS flu led to significantly reduced average reflective total ocular symptom score from baseline compared to FP alone or placebo. Hampel and colleagues reported that MPS flu treatment significantly improved the overall total ocular symptom score compared with placebo and FP alone, and 27% improvement compared with a 21% improvement with azilastine alone, and 18% for FP alone, and 11% for placebo. And they reported an improvement in all individual ocular symptoms comparatively, except ACE for watery eyes. The other studies by Meltzer and colleagues shows that the drugs led to a significantly superior change in reflective total ocular symptom score from baseline compared with both FP alone or ACE alone. From perspective of time to onset of effect, single agent FP and azilastine and the combination of an intranasal corticosteroid and oral AH don't provide the same level of efficacy as MPS flu for the rapid and sustained relief of all AR symptoms. There are studies that uses environmental exposure chambers that has been reported that ACE nasal spray led to a significant 45% reduction of total nasal symptom score from baseline. It started within first 15 minutes after administration and lasting throughout the 8 hours allergen exposure. A study by Busque and colleagues reported that 30% to 50% symptom reduction and significant effect of MPS flu compare or versus placebo at first 5 minutes of and until the assessment end within 4 hours. And other studies shows a greater total nasal symptom score that it has been improved compared to placebo after 30 minutes and at all subsequent evaluations. From the points of view of quality of life or the effects on quality of life, it significantly improved the overall rhinoconjunctivitis quality of life questionnaire score compared to placebo. And it also improved nasal congestion, runny nose, itchy nose, sneezing, and itchy, watery, and red eyes. There are improvements in main visual analog scale scores for impairment in sleep quality, work, school, daily activity, social activity, and outdoor activity. They are improve the severity of AR symptoms and patient quality of life by reducing the impact on sleep and daily activities, regardless of phenotype and comorbidity. Rapid time to onset makes the MPS flu quickly improve symptoms and lessens the profound impact of AR on patients' quality of life. The safety of the drugs has been assessed also. It is shown in randomized crossover studies of healthy subjects. There are no interaction were found between the ACE and FP within the MPS flu. And from a study on 612 patients with chronic AR or non-AR, showed low adverse event with both MPS flu and FP, but there is no evidence of that occurring adverse event. A study by Klinek and colleagues reported that treatment with MPS flu was well tolerated with less than 1% of nearly 3,000 treated patients reporting adverse events. It is very little. And other studies by Colsey and colleagues reported that a non-interventional study of 53 patients, there is only one patient reported fatigue and only one patient reported sedation. To special population, there are studies that is conducted that shows mean visual and scale scores similarly decreased for impairment of sleep quality among participation age from 12 to 17 years, from adolescent or 18 for 56 years, and to elderly, it is more than 65 years. And children aged 4 to less than 12 years, there are significantly greater reduction in total symptom score. And from 2 children between 6 to 11 years, there are also a significant improvement in pediatric rhino conjunctivitis quality of life questionnaire overall score. And for 2 patients within 4 to 11 years, there are adverse effects, but the result is low with MPS flu or with FP alone. There are other drugs that has been a competitor to S flu. The name or the solution is called by GSP 301. It is a fixed dose combination of olopatadine hydrochloride and mometasone forward that is delivered in a nasal spray device. It is significantly improved individual nasal symptoms, the reflective total ocular symptom score, the instantaneous total ocular symptom score, and quality of life versus placebo. The onset of action is relatively short, relatively rapid compared to S flu, is within 15 minutes. The efficacy and safety of MPS flu and the GSP 301 are similar, but there are differences. MPS flu is more advantage than GSP 301 because MPS flu to administer MPS flu only one spray per nostril 2 times per day, compared to GSP-1 2 sprays per nostril 2 times per day. And if the drugs compared with mometasone, GSP 301 was not significantly superior than MPS flu because MPS flu treatment led to significant symptom improvement. The conclusion of the journal: first, single agent FP or ACE alone, or the combination of an intranasal corticosteroid and oral antihistamine do not provide the same level of efficacy as MPS flu. And this it shows MPS flu is far more superior. MPS flu clearly improves quality of life, and right now is the only currently available combination that satisfies patient needs and expectation based on this journal, such as prompt relief, effects on both nasal and ocular symptoms in all patient types, and preference for intranasal and combination treatment. And lastly, first-line combination therapy for allergic rhinitis may improve symptom control, patient adherence, disease management, and overall quality of life. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Gibran. Now, time for discussion. Is there any question from the audience? Okay, Dr. Karina, who knows? Who else? Trisha, and one more, Dr. Reza. Okay, please. First, Dr. Karina.
Thank you, Doctor, for the opportunity. I would like to ask Dr. Gilbran, how does MPS flu works that make it superior compared to other medication in this journal, such as you said that GSP 301. Can you explain? Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. First of all, thank you, Dr. Gibran, to bring us this journal. So we know that there is a drug that contain the combination of antihistamine and corticosteroid. My first question is it the drug already available in Indonesia? And my second question is, you said that in the special community or special age of for the patient, I saw that in the the study was already done to from the 4 years old to 80 years old. My question is, how about the younger age? In the younger age for baby, maybe. How about the effect for the baby and also for the pregnancy and breastfeeding mother? Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, for the opportunity. I would like to ask Dr. Gibran, can you explain what is the effect or the efficacy of the azithromycin alone when we compare with Aziflu? Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you for the questions. Maybe I'd like to answer the question from Dr. Nia first. Is it available in Indonesia? I've been searching various sites. It is fortunately available in Indonesia by the name of, if I'm not wrong, it is Dimista. Flu, I haven't found yet. Flu, maybe I'm not longer enough, but the the composition is similar. It's the same, basically the same as elastin and fluticasone furoate. But unfortunately, the price is not a bit. It is expensive. It's about 1 million rupiah, 1 million rupiah, 100 ish. So it is very expensive, but it is available. How about administer the question about the administration to the younger than 4 years old? I tried to search the literature. There are no results. There has been a study that of administration of the flu below 4 years old or below 4 years old, and for the elderly more than 60 years old, or the study on this journal administered the drugs. The oldest subject is 67 years old. It is safe for the elderly. For the for subjects that older than 67 years old, there are some subjects, but not too many. Maybe a couple, 20 or 30-ish subjects. It is still safe. Maybe the next is pregnancy. For pregnancy use, unfortunately, there are no limited amount of data of the use of the flu. Therefore, should be used during pregnancy if the potential benefit is far more greater than the risk of adverse effect. Yeah. I think. Okay, for the next question, I would like to ask the question from Dr. Karina. Dr. Karina asks how MPS flu works that makes it superior than any other drugs that is mentioned in the journal. This journal compare MPS flu to its composition, which is azelasin alone or FP alone or placebo. And the other drugs shows or the mentioned in the competitor landscape, which is the GSP 301. What makes it superior than any other drug that is mentioned? We know azelasin is a second generation antihistamine, but study shows that these drugs is have a synergical effects on patients. The azelasin and FP have been demonstrated synergical effects that give advantages to patients regarding improvements of AR symptoms. There are inhibition of the synthesis or release of chemical mediators that is involved in early or late stage of allergic reaction. As well, it has a potent anti-inflammatory activities, and the synergical component of both drugs makes it more superior than single drugs. It is also said that the MPS flu has biopharmaceutical characteristic that contributes to improvement of clinical efficacy because MPS flu have an active ingredients that still remain in targeted tissue, which then leads to improvement of the symptoms reduction. Maybe this is the answer. The next question for Dr. Reza. What is the effect of azelasin alone if compared with azisflu, which is contains both azelasin and fluticasone for what? Azelasin, as mentioned before, is a second generation antihistamine that is also topically administered via nose, and it is a selective antagonist the H1 receptors on the effector cells on the mucosa. It is work by blocking histamine release in addition of mast cell stabilize, and it also have a stabilizing effect of mast cell, and it has an anti-inflammatory properties. So it may reduce the concentration of leukotrienes and some biochemical such as cleaning and platelets activating factor, as well as inflammatory cell migration, especially in rhinitis patients. It's similar to it has a anti-inflammatory effects, but not as strong as corticosteroid.
Any question else? Teresa, was Okay. Dr. Karina? What? Okay. Any question else? For two, yeah, Dr. Ridho first, and the second, Dr. Lucia.
Thank you, Doctor, for the opportunity. I would like to ask Dr. Gibran, can you explain the disadvantages from these drugs? And could you explain how to use this drug? Or is there any maximal duration for use these drugs, or it is safe to use anytime? This drug is only for controlling, or we only use these drugs when the patient have a symptom uh, like ocular symptom or rhinologic symptom. Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doctor, for the opportunity. I would like to ask to Dr. Gibran, can you explain more about cold dry air purification protocol that is mentioned in the journal? Thank you. Air purification protocol.
Would you like to repeat your question again?
Okay. Can you explain more about cold dry air purification protocol that is mentioned in the journal?
About apa?
Cold dry air
Cold dry
purification.
air purification.
Please, answer now.
I would like to ask question from Dr. Rido. What is the disadvantages of ice flu? Well, studies shows there are still disadvantages of MPS flu, but the report are so little and the evidence are so low. But the recorded reports shows that although MPS flu is well tolerated by patients, it has a very bitter taste. So by many patients, it is, or by many researchers, it is considered as an disadvantageous to patients. But there are also disadvantages reported if it's correlated to the adverse effect of the drugs, such as dysgeusia, nausea. Some patients reported sneezing, the recurrent nasal discomfort, rhinorrhea, and some patients, although only one patient and only one patient reported to have epistaxis and sedation. There are other adverse effect or disadvantages of MPS flu if the administration is over additive. It will cause certain symptoms, and most notably is nasal congestion. And the next question, how to administer? The administration of the drugs is similar to other intranasal drugs that we use. It is by pushing the bottle, the spray will come out, and the administration for MPS flu is only one spray per 2 times a day, and it is safe to be used on a long period of time. It can be used to patient with severe symptoms, want to control the prior symptoms that cause the disturbance to the patients, or the first patient who caught the symptoms at earliest time. Maybe that's my answer. Thank you. Lucia mentioned about cold dry air purification protocol. Yes, in this journal, mention about the protocol. It is a protocol to assess the nasal hyperactivity. The principle is by using cold air to the nostrils. The procedure may be different within each centers, but the point is the same. There are air for medical use that made to until 0 degrees Celsius, if I'm not wrong, that is using a refrigerant air dryer. And then by using a device, the name of device, the separator or mist separator that separate air within to separate watery component within the air. So the air that admits to the nostril is dry, and the device also divided other particles such as microorganisms or any dust particles. So the device gives a pressure direct to the and give effects of dry air.
Bisa ada pertanyaan? Tidak ada. Ada. Oke. There's no question. Please, Supervisor Dr. Evi, comment. Any comment?
Thank you for the opportunity. Oke, saya pakai bahasa Indonesia aja ya, biar paham semuanya. Satu, ini merupakan literature review yang baru saya terima. Kebetulan Gibran juga mampu mau menampilkan ini. Jadi ini masih terbilang baru sih sebenarnya. Jadi kalau untuk Azelastine yang nasal spray yang single itu memang sudah beredar di Indonesia. Tetapi kalau MP Azelastine Fluticasone propionate ini untuk di Indonesia beredar secara realnya itu belum, tetapi untuk di seluruh dunia di Eropa ataupun di Amerika itu sudah ya. Tapi mungkin untuk sampelnya kita pernah dapat, jadi udah pernah dapat gitu, tapi belum disebarluaskan untuk di seluruh Indonesia. Itu satu. Jadi memang yang kita ketahui Azelastine ini merupakan antihistamin generasi 2 yang sifatnya itu lebih efektif untuk meringankan gejala nasal dan okular ya. Terutama kalau kita melakukan penilaian dengan total nasal symptom score, rata-rata dengan onsetnya dalam waktu 15 menit, itu skornya jadi 1 semua. Gitu ya. Untuk yang severe rhinitis alergi gitu ya. Sedangkan untuk cetirizine dan oloratadine itu baru kita capai onsetnya dengan total nasal symptom itu sekitar 60 menit. Jadi efeknya lebih efektif sekali, apalagi dikombin dengan fluticasone propionate gitu ya. Jadi harapannya maka dengan gabungan ini sehingga produksi dari perubahan sel mast, eosinofil dan neutrofil untuk pembentukan ekspresi daripada leukotrin dan kinin maupun sitokin yang lain itu jadi lebih rendah sehingga bisa memperbaiki daripada salah satunya harapan kita dengan memperbaiki kualitas hidup si penderita rhinitis alergi dengan kasus yang sedang berat seperti itu. Harapannya seperti itu. Jadi alhamdulillah tadi sudah dijelaskan dengan baik oleh Gibran. Ya kita berharap ke depannya ini bisa tersedia secara lengkap di seluruh Indonesia karena kita lihat dengan rinitis yang lebih yang sifatnya suatu musiman, itu lebih bagus dikombinasi dengan pemberian azelastine dan fluticasone ini, sebenarnya seperti itu ya. Jadi itu untuk pertanyaan masalah side effect tadi ya, yang maksudnya yang usia tua atau usia muda. Yang setahu saya kalau yang untuk azelastine fluticasone ini sudah diteliti, itu saya ada baca dari usia 4 tahun sampai 12 tahun atau gitulah yang untuk usia anak-anak. Ternyata dilihat memang efikasinya lebih bagus. Untuk gejala okularnya malah sama sekali hilang. Untuk nasalnya ada, tetapi memang tidak terlalu tinggi. Jadi masih setelah di total skornya itu mungkin hanya 2 atau 3 gitu. Tapi kalau untuk gejala okularnya bagi anak-anak itu sangat banyak berkurang gitu efikasinya. Jadi bisa diberikan untuk anak-anak yang di bawah dari 12 tahun ya. Jadi biasanya kita mulai dari 6 tahun sih sebenarnya, sama kayak kita pemakaian fluticasone. Jadi mungkin kalau 4 tahun mungkin masih itu ya, walaupun sebenarnya sudah ada efikasinya lebih bagus, cuman tetap kita pemakaiannya kita mulai di 6 tahun, di bawah 12 tahun itu sudah bisa diberikan. Untuk usia tua juga nggak ada permasalahan, sudah sampai yang tadi ada yang 80, ada yang 60, itu memberikan efikasi yang juga cukup baik. Itu untuk prevensi yang masih perlu diteliti ya, karena ini kan campuran kombinasi 2 obat ya, 1 antihistamin, 1 kortikosteroid. Jadi masih terbatas, tapi mungkin kita bisa melihat kondisi daripada pasiennya. Kalau memang harus memerlukan kita berikan, tapi kalau tidak lebih baik ya, ditunda gitu. Seperti itu aja. Ya, mungkin itu yang bisa saya sampaikan, Dok.
Dari Zoom ada yang pertanyaan? Nggak ada ya? Oke, I think it's enough ya, cukup ya, karena saya juga harus operasi. Terima kasih Dr. Evi, terima kasih Dr. Gibran. Mudah-mudahan bermanfaat bagi kita semua, karena ini produk baru ya, jadi memang banyak regulasi yang harus dijalankan supaya bisa dipasarkan secara meluas ya. Tapi syukur juga ada kombinasi antihistamin dengan steroid. Juga ya. Juta belum tambah PPN lagi, lebih itu kan. Kalau di apotek bisa 1.200.000, 1.300.000. Orang-orang kaya aja bisa pakai ini ya, maksudnya yang mampu nggak bisa untuk memakai rutin. Kalau Alfamis sudah di cover BPJS, jadi kalau ini belum tahu kita gimana ya. Tapi bagus ini kombinasi ini antara steroid dengan antihistamin ya, memberi dampak yang lebih bermakna. Oke, terima kasih. Sudah menutup, kita berdoa dulu. Oke.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا ورزقا كثيرا وشفاء من كل داء برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Amin. Amin ya rabbal alamin.